Welcome everyone. Can I request that everyone turn on your camera so that we can get to know each other and feel the warmth in this room. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Let me share with all of you a little bit of background about what we're doing this morning, yeah? And what we do since the lockdown, since the pandemic, is that we've been every morning checking in to make sure that, we give support to each other and we talk to each other, keeping the human connection, right? After MCO1, MCO2, MCO3 now, it was getting a little stale. And then balik-balik, bos cakap, mulut dia membebil, tak sudah-sudah, everybody like mute. And I don't even know if my messages is getting across, right? So I say I need to revamp. So getting fresh inspiration, sharing stories. So I said, let's call my friends and let's have some fun. Let's inject some inspiration into the team. And of course, the first person I reached out to is my buddies from school. And the person who says, yes, the first time I asked is Farah. So I said, yay, Farah, thank you. So hence we are here this morning sharing Farah's story. So that is the background of this segment now that we call Breakthrough. What's going to happen next is that we're going to keep doing this every Friday. So anytime you need any boost of inspiration, come join us on Friday morning, because we're going to be having more and more guests talking through their experiences and sharing their life journey. And hopefully we get gold nuggets of inspirations. Yeah. I'm super excited to introduce Farah Rahim. Yes, Farah. Can we unmute ourselves, warm up the room, and wave to Farah. Hi, Farah.
Hello, Farah.
Hi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Nice
Hi,
to
Fa.
have you.
Good morning.
Morning.
I feel so much love in this room today. So blessed. Okay, Farah Rahim, or known as Fa to all of us. BBGS Dynamite, another fellow BBGS Dynamite. She was in 5 Science 3, the Budak Pandai punya stream. I was, in the party stream. Kita orang arts tak pernah belajar pun, main je. Ni kelas budak-budak pandai. So I've always looked up to her like, oh ni pandai terror kan. So we were never really that close kan, Farah, in school. And after school we got reconnected, and now Farah is, our kita buddies, our tazkirah, our weekly and monthly and daily chit chat. We have chat groups to do that. Yeah, Farah, you will see, is a natural, candid, articulate, and very funny. She's able to laugh at life and self, and her energy. If nothing at all, it's her energy that I think is just what we need to get inspired and learn from. But do listen to her stories also, because I actually listened to her full story for the first time yesterday, and I was like blown away. You should see my iPad. I was like taking notes and notes. Like, wow, can write a book, can do a movie on this. Yeah. So what you're seeing on the screen right now, that's Farah on my left. From here, actually sitting down, she's on my right, and that's Azhani Ha, also a member of Ideascape. So Farah, you have your BBGS connection and your IBM connection in this room today. Yes. Thank you for making the time. So how we're going to do this is that, Farah, I'm going to let you take the stage. Do your thing. Do your magic.
Go.
And then we're going to open the stage, for questions, for sharing. So guys, I really encourage you to tune in and pay attention and be a sponge. right? Thank you, Farah. And yep, so your story.
My zone. Now you know why she's the consultant that she is. Can oversell maximum. That's what she does.
No.
Okay. Mine it's a simple journey. I mean, many people have gone through it. I was in IBM. I worked in IBM. I was in BBGS, like Rumaizen said, like Rom mentioned. And these two, for whatever reason, made me prepared for this journey, actually. There was life skills, good basis for life skills. I had training while I was in IBM. I went through training. I had the opportunity. And all this, it just aligned. The stars just aligned and prepared me for this 7-year journey that I've been going through. 7 years ago, I went for my routine pap smear and mammogram. I've been doing that ever since I gave birth. So it was a routine pap smear mammogram. But the difference was after my gynae went through the results, and instead of, okay, Farah, we'll see you again next year, he went, okay, let me bring you to see another doctor, which was in the hospital. And she'll be sharing with you the images and she'll be explaining to you more. So I went to this other doctor that he sent me to, and she confirmed that she was saying that there's suspicious cells found in my breast, my left breast, and she confirmed that it was cancer. So when I found out, it wasn't alarm, it wasn't panic, but I was just, okay, that explains why actually for the past few weeks, I had this nagging discomfort, not pain, but discomfort whenever pressure was put, when I press something against my chest or when I sleep on my left, there's that discomfort. So it made sense. I said, oh, okay, now I know why. So, and she gave me, so we went on, okay, what do I do now? How do we move forward? So she explained that it's best to remove. So I decided on lumpectomy, and we actually did the lumpectomy 4 days after I was diagnosed. My main reason was, okay, let's just get rid of this discomfort. And 2 weeks actually after that, my husband, Hashim, was actually going off for a business trip overseas. So it was more, I didn't want to worry him while he was away. So let's just get this over with, and then there will be no more discomfort. So done. So I did the lumpectomy and recovered within a week. And I went to see the oncologist after that, the follow-up with the oncologist. I decided not to go with chemo, not because I have anything against conventional treatment, but it was more because I wanted to know, okay, I asked him what was the side effects, what was it that I'm supposed to be prepared for, and when I realized that, I was thinking, I can't afford the downtime. I think moms will understand this, where I've got school runs, I've got to send my kids for extracurricular activities, I've got the weekend chores, I can't afford the downtime that chemo will bring with that. Although I know it's a solution, but I was thinking, okay, never mind. For these couple of years, let's go through with alternative treatment and see how it goes. And then we'll see what happens after that. So I decided on alternative treatment. I went with, it was more spiritual and herbs and, things, food intake. So I was focused on that and I was blessed, actually. I was lucky because life went on as normal. I could do my normal routines, my regular routines. Everything was normal. Shukr alhamdulillah, everything was normal. So I didn't, and again, please, I'm not making light of cancer, but everything went on as normal. I didn't feel sick. Yeah. So, but 2 years after that, in 2016, I discovered a lump at the same place where my original lump was removed. And when I met the surgeon again, the surgeon explained to me, okay, there's a lump again. And again, I decided that I will not go with the conventional treatment because that's going to, again, bring me downtime, which I couldn't afford. I had my kid's sports day to go to. He was the school captain of, in school. So
So
I couldn't afford.
this was in this lump was discovered
2016.
in 2016. So 2 years after
2016,
you had
2
your
years
lumpectomy.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
And
sorry, yeah.
and then you even despite knowing you had cancer previously, you still choose to prioritize your role as a mom over yourself, huh?
No, it's not that noble. It doesn't, don't make it sound so noble. No. It's just because God has been very kind. I didn't feel any signs of having cancer. I could. It's not so much not feeling, but I could go through it. I mean, it wasn't. Okay, it wasn't okay. For want of a better word, it wasn't a big deal for me. I could still continue. I went. My sister loves to run, so she actually roped me into Standard Chartered runs and all that. No, I didn't do the marathon. No, I went for the fun run, but I got involved in all these fun runs. And actually, a month after lumpectomy, I went to Kelantan because of the flood. My late sister-in-law was heavily impacted by the flood. So we actually went on a flood relief exercise a month after lumpectomy. So I felt fine.
A month, Farah, a month.
A month, yeah. Some may call it foolish, but again, I felt fine. So I went, so
you didn't feel like
2016,
there was nothing that was actually pulling you back?
no.
So actually, can I ask here? I just stop you sekejap and I ask you here, yeah. So cancer wasn't really a barrier or something that stopped you from having your normal life because you didn't feel the pain. There was no major change in your life. So because of that, you thought that, okay, let's just do whatever you want to do. Let's just live life.
Right.
All right.
To say that there was no pain wouldn't be absolutely correct. There was this, but I prefer to look at it as discomfort, not pain.
Okay. Your pain tolerance must be very high lah.
Macam tu lah juga, kind of lah. I mean, so my family says I have this high tolerance for pain. It's physical pain. I mean, so they say, which I think is kind of true. So I found it was like an irritation and annoyance because it makes it slower. Things that happen, when you can do it immediately, it takes a bit longer because of the medication. It just takes a bit longer because of the discomfort, but that's all. It wasn't a death sentence, when you hear you have cancer and you go panic and you go ballistic. No, it's just an illness. For me, it's just an illness. It's an illness. And for every illness, we are told there's a cure. Oh, of course, except for old age and death. So I've always thought, okay, I have cancer, so let's do what we have to do to find a cure and do what we have to do to go through it. There's no barrier. I mean, if you have to go through some discomfort, so be it. I mean, that's part of, it's a package deal.
Didn't whine lah. You didn't whine. So you get, you do what needed to be done. You didn't mull over like what was not necessary. You stay focused on what need to be done. And
no, sorry, everything prepared me. I mean, there's no coincidences. The things that I went through, the training I went through actually was in preparation for all this. So it got me well prepared to handle what I'm going through
what
now.
Training is this? What are you talking about? Is there a training to go to prepare yourself for cancer?
No, some call it personal development, some call it a cult. Okay, so it's how you look at it. But I went through, IBM sent us for our own training in-house, which was the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey's. And then they allowed me, we were blessed because IBM encouraged us to go for personal development courses outside on our own. So I went for Asia Works, which is helping me through this and through everything else that I go through, actually. So
you see, Fa, I've heard also about Asia Works. And I heard about a lot about Asia Works, and some, right, like you say, some call it a cult. But I've met also people who came out of Asia Works and they broke down.
but they get
sort
totally
of-
energized, don't they? I mean, they think that they can move mountains, everything is
no.
possible.
That was yeah. So there are people who are like that, like you, came out from Asia Works and then became, took the learning from Asia Works and then became great, fantastic, beautiful people. But there were people who came out from Asia Work and they were crippled emotionally. They were not able to pick up. They were not able to use Asia Works to support their growth. So this is fantastic, and I'm hearing you take everything that comes into your life and just make it better and include that as part of your life and just propel. Fantastic. Even cancer became like a propeller for you.
This is my belief, my belief. I mean, God has a plan. He has a master plan for me. So nothing happens by accident. And everything that he gives is always a win-win. You never lose in God's plan. So whatever comes, take it, embrace it, because there's some learning in there. Even though we don't agree with what we're going through, it's always a win-win with him. It's always a win-win. So you never lose, so if you go through life, if I go through life this way, I know I'll be okay because I will never lose out. I mean, he's there. He's always there, so.
Wow.
And it's life is a choice, Rome. Life is a choice. You choose. Everything you do, you choose. And if someone says, no, I was at gunpoint, there was no choice. I was at gunpoint. No, there is a choice. You chose to live. That's why you did what you had to do. If not, you'll be shot. So it's a choice. Everything is a choice. So either you embrace cancer and see what you can do and not make it the boss of me, or you just wallow and you play victim and,
Exactly.
why me? And, and when you do that, three things happen. You don't hold yourself accountable. You feel that you're not responsible. You blame everyone else for it, meaning that you don't have any control. I mean, is that how you want to live
life? Yeah, because some people get into this spiral like, why me, why me, why me?
Yes,
and they never get out of it, right?
Not healthy, right?
Did you ever have that why me moment?
Honestly, truthfully, no. I did a lot of moaning and groaning of, I'm the discomfort. I mean, I have my moments, real moments, but never at any point, alhamdulillah, and inshallah, I pray that it doesn't happen where it goes why me. Because again, like I said, if when we play victim, either we feel that, we're not accountable, or we blame others. We have no control over what happens. We don't have control over our life. And third is, we're not giving God the benefit of the doubt, because he has told us that he will not burden us more than we can bear. So if he has given this to me, how can I say why me? Because he says that you can handle this, Farah, you can handle this. So I shouldn't doubt myself, right? I should, okay, I can do this because he says I can. So
this whole realization, it's been with you all the time, or is this something you developed after cancer?
I had quotes which I found close, which resonated with me even from school. But verses from the Quran more hit me after cancer, actually, because you read the Quran, you read the translation, the meanings, it's good, but until something happens to you, something compelling, something profound happens to you, only then these verses jump out at you when you read. This one hits you, and there are many verses, but you hold dear to you a few verses. I have my few favorites, and I have a few quotes even back from school which I hold on to. And again, I realize that all that is for this journey, because every time I go through something, I fall back on these passages, on these things which ground me. So
Yeah.
we need something, be it faith, be it God, be it a higher being, be it a belief, but we need something to ground us, to anchor us when we hit rough waters. We need something to hold on to. So
Yeah.
it can be anything. It can be
Do you
anything.
mind sharing one or two of the verses from the Quran that jump out to you?
I've got three favorites. My three favorite verses. One
I'm noting them down. Yeah. Okay.
one is in Shira, which is verse 6, which says, indeed, with every hardship comes ease. So every time a challenge feels overwhelming, I remember that. Because for me, Quran is not so, it's a guide, yes, it's a message from God, yes. But for me, it's more whatever he says in there is his promise to us. So he has promised that with every hardship comes ease. So just meaning hang in there, you just hang in there and everything will be okay, And then there's another verse which is I am near. Okay, you see, I'm losing my bet, my zone. My kids told me that I'm gonna do this.
It's
I'm losing my
okay,
bet.
Farah.
Okay, my second verse is my favorite is in Al-Baqarah 186, which means, he says, I am near and I will respond to those who call on me. So it just means doa, jangan habis, jangan pernah jebul doa. Keep on praying because he's always there and he will come to you if you ask. He loves it when we ask. So, and then the third one is, again, God will not burden you more than you can bear. So these three, and also things where, if God leads you to it, God leads you through it. If he leads you to it, he'll lead you through it. So that's one from school, and, faith means, faith doesn't mean believing that God can, but God will. Because God can, of course, God can do everything, but faith means you believe that he will. So these things I really hold dear to my heart, and that passage, remember the dream, footprints in the sand, where, you dream that you're walking with God, and then suddenly there's only one set of footprints. Why is it that you desert me when I go through hardships? But no, it's actually me carrying you. God tells you it's me carrying you through those hardships. That's why there's only one set of footprints. So these things, this is my anchor. This is my anchor for whatever happens. These are the passages that I hold dear, to me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. It's okay.
That was only until 2016.
Yeah, that was 2000. Yeah, but so because you had the second bout, yeah, it came back.
Right.
It came back, and this time it came back big time. It hit you really.
Yeah, well, 2016, the lump came, and then I was again stubborn. I didn't want to go through chemo. I mean, I didn't want to go through the conventional method, So, but then in 2018, mid 2018, my hand started swelling. That was because the glands were already blocked. The tumor there you see. You can imagine if the middle of the year was the one on the left. It started swelling, but you can't see the difference so much. But by September, October, my left hand was that size. So you can imagine how big my arm was. I was going around saying that I've got 3 calves. Betis, macam sampai 3 betis, because it was big and it was swollen. And my parents saw it and they just totally freaked out, and they were going, you better go and see the doctor. You better go and see the doctor. No waiting, So I finally went. In fact, actually, I was dreading. I knew I had to go, and I was dreading. I was just preparing myself. I'm going to get a lecture. For sure, I'm going to be, I'm going to have to sit down and listen to her lecture me. You see, right? So I went to see her, but she didn't lecture me. She just looked and she said, okay, now you have your reasons for not wanting to proceed with the oncologist, but you do me this one favor. and I'm not taking no for an answer. And she immediately made an appointment for me. She said, you go and see this oncologist. Go and see this oncologist. And if you don't like it, if you don't like the experience, so be it, stop. But you must go and see this oncologist. This oncologist was her colleague back in UKM. So I said, yeah, okay, why not? I'll go. So, and she said, no obligations. You just go. If you don't like it, don't continue. So I went, and alhamdulillah, we clicked. We just immediately clicked. He got me, and he listened. And then I realized after that, because I had experience with 2 oncologists, I realized that maybe that was one reason also why I was hesitant the first time, because I didn't gel with the first oncologist, so I didn't feel comfortable proceeding with whatever that had to be done. But with this oncologist, I shared with him, I told him all the experiences, and he gave me, and I told him my hesitancy, my reluctance with chemo. So he actually explained to me the 4 different treatments, targeted, chemo, hormone, and all sorts, all the treatments. And we decided to go with hormone treatment. So that's what we did. I went with hormone treatment. A year after that, I went with oral chemo. And he was pretty smug about that, because you see, I got you to do chemo. I finally got you to do chemo, but it was oral chemo. It was through capsules, and it helped. And again, I found that God has been extremely kind to me through this journey, because the medication worked. I didn't have to change treatments. Because even the pharmacist was pleasantly surprised, because he said, Farah, you've been going through this for more than 3 months. And, how do you feel? Are you okay? Any side effects? And I was going, no, fine, body is responding well, because he says that many patients have to switch treatments after that because they can't go through the side effects. So for me, I just take it as God has been extremely kind, extremely kind. And I realized then that, it's important that we see a doctor. Don't be so focused on having to see the best doctor. Everyone will say, this is the best doctor. Or that is the best doctor. Go and see a doctor that we are comfortable with, that has the same views as us. Like oncologists, there are a lot of treatments. You have oncologists that are for radical treatments. There are oncologists who prefer conservative treatments. So go with someone that we have the same view, or even if we don't have the same view, you can accept
the same vibration. Yeah, because
yes.
I hear you, because this is an important decision, important part of the next journey in your life, and you want somebody by your side who can click with you, who are vibrating at the same level. So if someone's not, there are many things. We connect because we are alike. It's deeper than just, okay, you are a specialist and oncologist, therefore I trust you. It has to have that chemistry lah, right? So you're saying find the right chemistry with your doctor.
Yes.
All doctors are good, right? I remember you said yesterday, all doctors are best.
They are specialists. They're oncologists. They're specialists. So they're already the best in their field. They're specialists. So we cannot doubt that they're good. But find someone that you can ngam with, because you need that. You need someone to hold your hand through this journey, So and it's a challenging journey. So you need someone who can get you, and when you so that's important for me. I feel getting a doctor that you can connect with is more important than having a doctor that's supposed to be the best in the country or something, and you come out each time after an appointment feeling so stressed, as opposed to you come out from an appointment and you feel that you can lift mountains and, cancer is no big deal. We can do this, I've got this, that's what you want to feel when you come out from seeing a doctor. Even though he gives you not so good news, not bad news, but not so good news, you feel that it's nothing. You can get through this. That's the doctor you want to see. So for me, that's very important. That's very important.
Great. So you went on the hormone treatment.
I went on the hormone treatment and then
you
I
took
followed it a
oral
year later
chemo.
with oral chemo. But at the same time, my hormone treatment didn't stop. So, and when the first time I met him and we agreed on the treatment, he already told me that, look, when we do this, this is only to make sure that the tumor shrinks so that we can remove the breast because we don't want it to grow again. So I already knew the end in mind. I mean, the objective is we have to remove the breast. So having a mastectomy wasn't a shock. It didn't come as a shock. He was preparing me for this. He said, we can't do the surgery now because the tumor is too big. There's a lot of technicalities that go with it. So we need to shrink it so that we can remove the breast cleanly. So fine. I knew I was prepared for what was supposed to happen. He didn't come like a month before and say, okay, now we've got to remove your breast. No. So finally, it was a time where the tumor was just the right size and it was time. I went through my mastectomy this last June, a few months ago. And 2 weeks after that, I went through 15 sessions of radiotherapy, 3 weeks of radiotherapy. And now here I am. So far, yeah, it's a journey. It takes effort. A lot of hard work. Can't give up. You can't have that mentality of giving up, even though even though you feel that this treatment doesn't work or this doesn't work, you know that it has brought some good. Like all the herbs I've been taking and all that, it taught me to eat clean, eat better, better diet. So everything that happens, there's a wisdom in it. There's a learning in it. So it's never bad, anything that happens,
That's exactly what I was going to get into. Yeah. So what are the lessons? What are the lessons from cancer that you have taken for yourself and you can share with us?
I learned that support is important. It doesn't matter how you get the support. It can be through a cancer network. It can be through family. It can be through friends. But and it doesn't mean you have to sit there and share but knowing that there are people there for you, offering you unconditional love and support, knowing that you have someone there knowing that I have someone there for me anytime I need them. It can be family, loved ones, friends. Family doesn't have to be blood related, right? I mean, anyone you consider family. So it's important, and it's important to have, like for my support, it's important that we have straight talk and humor. You have to have humor. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, laugh at what you're going through, because but people who don't understand it will think that, you're getting a bit morbid, but it's not because you have to learn to laugh at it, and
you are your own laugh.
Because we always say, I've got relatives and friends, and, when we go through something with our, let's say, colleagues and all that, and they give us a bad rap, and we always say, ni belum keluar lagi our sikat ni, wait till they realize we got cancer, then they know. We get to laugh about it, because when people start and moan and groan and say, we can't do this, we can't do that, I'll always go, wait till I take out my C card, then of course you can do it, but, so you tend to laugh at take it lightly so that it puts everything in context, in perspective.
I know. I remember you were in the hospital in June. You had your mastectomy in June. And I remember how you were laughing and how, being going to be wheeled into the OT, you were sending messages and you were wishing for BTS Meal.
Yes, I was telling them that was the time where BTS Meal was coming out, and I was trying to make sure my kids made sure that I will get my BTS Meal. I mean,
No lah, dah
it's
habis
never
lah masa
too
tu.
old to be an army, people. It's never too old to be an army. So I made sure I had my BTS meal after that. Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing because guys, Farah was just checking on she was on the trolley being wheeled into the OT, and she feels like all the nurses are like BTS army wheeling her.
Yes. No, yes. You see, that's why I knew the surgery was going to be okay, Rome. I just knew it. The stars were aligned because when I went in, someone was mentioning about they mentioned something about BTS and Blackpink, and I was going, why can't I was going, is there a speaker in here? If we're going through this, can you play? Can we hear some butter or dynamite? And then they're going, yeah, Kak, yes, we should, but then the audio's out, so we can't. If not, yes. And I found out that the nurses were army too. So
that's the question in the chat box. May is asking what is BTS. May
Bangtan Boy
the
Scout.
Korean boy band.
K-pop. You can't live without K-pop. Yes.
Yeah. And in fact, Farah was saying, I swear, all the nurses and the doctors are wearing purple mask.
Purple scrubs. I mean, and that's my favorite color. So I just knew it. So God was saying, you go, girl. I mean, nothing's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
I've got doctors wearing purple scrubs. I've got your nurses wearing purple scrubs. They were wearing purple masks. The shower caps were purple. I mean, how can things go wrong, right? See, purple.
And guys, Farah was from the Purple House.
Yes.
It's got proud. Purple in sports. Apa ni kan masa sekolah dulu in BBJS, you were proud, right?
Yes, proudly purple. God's way of communicating with us directly is through our instinct. That's what I truly believe. He can't speak to us, so he speaks to us through instinct. But we can't. We cannot mistake. But we can't mistake paranoia for instinct. Paranoia makes you. Paranoia will clutter your mind with the what ifs and every way a thing can go wrong. That's paranoia.
Paranoia. You be cautious, but don't be paranoid.
Yes.
Be concerned, but don't be paranoid.
Yes. Listen to your gut feel, because your instinct will give clarity. It makes you calm. It doesn't make you anxious. Paranoia will make you anxious. So just listen to it, because that's God's way of saying, okay, you can proceed.
Yeah.
Or it's a way of saying, I wouldn't do that if I were you, so God telling you.
He's guiding you. He's guiding you through your instincts, right?
Instinct,
I still believe that too.
That's what I believe.
Before you went for your mastectomy, was it anything that you think, okay, I'm gonna do this before I go for the final operation?
Meaning, I mean, doing what, like if I could do it, you think, okay.
No, you went to Kinabalu.
Yes, I went last year. I was
gila tau.
No, tak gila. That's the thing, you see, after cancer, I finally developed my bucket list. I had a bucket list, and one of it was to go up Kinabalu, because I missed 3 opportunities. And I had these wonderful friends who were game to go with me. And again, it's no accident that these friends are doctors. And I knew that I am in safe hands. And we went in that narrow window. You see, that's the thing. I knew I had friends, amongst them you, that were very concerned, because at that time was COVID, and but I was so but I was so confident that everything was going to be okay, because I had my doctor friends who were as gung-ho as me of going up, and I knew I was in safe hands. And we had that narrow window of opportunity. The moment we came down that day, Mount Kinabalu closed. After that, we were maybe the second last group to come down before Mount Kinabalu closed. So I knew God was saying, yes, you can tick this off the list. I'm allowing you to go and get it off the list, And the thing is, you see, again, it's no accident. My oncologist went up Kinabalu 3 times. And he was so excited the fact that I was going to go up, and he was all for it. You know, he was so encouraging. He even gave me a booster shot, because he says, you know, you're on chemo, your immunity is low, so let's give you a booster shot so your immunity goes up at least for this trip, you know, before it drops again. And he gave me some he gave me medication, so, you know, in case you need it, take it. If not, just enjoy the trip, you know. And so again, like I said, nothing happens by accident. I got an oncologist who loves the mountains just like I do. So I mean, so it was all planned. So yes, so I did that. And when when family support, you know, when I was discussing with my family about mastectomy, that, you know, I have to go for mastectomy, I've got to remove my breast. So one of my daughters was saying, no, and I was telling them, you know, I have to consider, you know, whether or not, you know, I should do this or not. So my daughter was going, again, this is straight talk, you know, coming from her. She was saying, okay, so if you were to remove your breast, there are better chances of you getting through cancer, right? No more cancer, inshallah. And if you don't remove your breast, cancer will remain there, correct? And then I was going, yeah. So she just looked at me like, you know, like, why are you so stupid? I mean, what is there to consider? You know, she was going, so why are you hesitating? What is there to consider?
Our
breast
daughters
is your
do that
life.
to us, right? Yeah.
Right? So I mean, that again, put it into perspective. I mean, why am I hesitating, or what's stopping me from just, yes, go for it? You know, because she was saying, why are you hesitating? This is, I mean, it's so clear, right? What you need to do.
That's right.
Again, I mean, you know, no one. That's what I mean by having family there for you. I mean, I know they're concerned. I know they're worried. You know, my parents, my siblings, out of love, you know, they're concerned, they're worried, but they never, ever stop me. I mean, you know, the decisions are mine, and whatever I decide, I know that they have my back. You know, they're always there behind me. They never, not once has anyone said, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to go through alternative? You sure you don't want to do conventional? Or you sure you want to do chemo? You sure you don't want to continue with alternative? No one, none of my support system has ever
Doubted you.
said anything to bring doubt. You know, they're just, okay, you sure you want to do this? Okay, fine. So do it. So be it. You know, and whatever happens, we're there. We'll hold your hand. You know, so that's the important thing of having that support system. Be it friends, again, be it friends, be it loved ones, be it family.
Create a support system. What I'm hearing from you, Farah, so far, I'm hearing two main nuggets, two main things. Mindset. Your mindset, develop a positive mindset, you know, create your own truth, believe what you believe, not what other people believe. That's what I'm hearing from you. Number one, mindset. Number two, I'm hearing from you, faith. Faith has got such an important role in your life, and that's something that we've been blessed with. Sometimes it just takes a little twist in our life to go back to it, right? And support, create your own support network, support system, build that. Wonderful, fantastic. I'm going to now ask you guys while I continue rambling with Far. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat box, and then I will shoot Farah with it. Yeah. So Farah, wow. So 20, let me recap. Yeah, 2014, right, was the first time you discovered, and then 2016, the lump,
Yes.
the swollen hand, and all that, and then finally 2018.
I started on the chemo and
On
hormone
the
treatment.
chemo, and then
And
2021.
I removed my breast. Yeah.
How do you wear your bra now?
That's the thing. That's another good thing. You see, there's no issue. There is no issue. I mean, and you know, with this tudung, it's in just the way you wrap it, and you can go out. There you go. You know, you don't have to worry.
And then you can choose your size, right?
There you go. You see. And if you have any weight problems, at least you have 200 grams out of the way already. You've lost 200 grams. So no issue there. Again, you see. So it works. And my daughter, okay, I know she's gonna kill me for sharing this, but you see, I've got two daughters, and they're built differently. they are just so gonna
Yes,
kill me.
yes.
Okay, so one is well endowed and one is less. So and both of them have got issues with that, with this blessing that God has given them. You see, so when I came back from hospital, the less endowed one went. There you go. I have no issue now. I'm not going to be the most flat-chested one in the family anymore. You see, so we tend to. It's humor lah. It's humor. I mean, you can't be going, so things like that. We just laugh at things. We just. But again, like you say, underlying all that is the faith. The faith that we have.
It's your anchor, right? It's your anchor.
Yeah. You hear people saying tawakal, tawakal. But until we go through something that is so profound or, that hits you, only then will we know the true meaning of tawakal. Having that blind faith and trust in God to know that He has a plan for you and just letting go and let God. It's like, when you're in a company, you go through team building, you go through that trust fall, you fall backwards into the outstretched arms of your team members, and you don't know how they're holding, how they, have their arms outstretched, whether or not they're going to catch you or not. But you just have that trust that
they will
members have got your back, right? And that's what it is. I mean, that's what tawakal is. It's like going through life, going through a trust fall, knowing that God has your back at all times, always. So, and that is, I think, Rome, that's why it makes it easy. This journey, and of course, it's challenging. And I'm blessed because I have friends who are going through the similar journey, and I don't see them going through it as easy as I am. They're stronger. And again, I'm thinking, because God knows they're stronger and they can carry this burden, which I can't, so again, I mean, these things, because of what they have, God gives them what they can handle. So, And I know I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate going through this, having be able to still do my swimming, go to the gym, go up Kinabalu, do the Standard Chartered runs, the fun runs, and things just continue, as normal. But again, the caveat where, nothing happens without God's good grace, His will, right? I mean, we only do this because He allows it. It's His decree. And it doesn't mean that while we're fighting, for this second chance at life that He gives us, it doesn't mean that we're trying to avoid the inevitable. Of course, ajal di tangan Ilahi kan. So we know when the time comes, we have to return to our Maker. Of course, we return to our Maker. But what He gives now, we're trying to maximize it. Live life to the fullest. So of course, we fight. We fight for that gift that He gave us. Why? Because He doesn't doubt us. He doesn't. He knows we can handle it. So we shouldn't shortchange ourselves. We have to live life to the fullest. That's His gift to us, His gift. So take care of that gift, show how much we appreciate that gift from Him, so.
Well, we've got some questions I would like to shoot you, there are some overlaps, so I'm going to collapse the ones that overlap. Someone may ask, after operation, how's the process of recovery? And I think that's really similar to what Hakim asked. I'm really curious, what food do you take, like herbs or something?
Okay.
Any specific regime? I heard you mention clean eating just now. What else do you do?
Okay. Let's talk about the conventional treatment. So when I started on the hormone treatment, now hormone treatment makes me feel like I'm 100 years old. Your joints stiffen up because you're taking pills that make you go through menopause, because hormone treatment needs you not to have your period. For that, your estrogen has to be low. So the side effects that come with it is stiff joints and all that. So that recovery, through physio, you have to constantly physio. You do your own physio when you go for exercise, you do your weights training and all that. That helps. And then after my mastectomy, the recovery period, again, it was easy, alhamdulillah. It is a normal, it took me 1 week clean because they had to remove the tube and everything, right? But everything was okay. Again, you have to be diligent with the physio. These things require discipline and all that, which I lack. But you have to, things that you have to do, you just have to do, because the choice is, if I am lazy and I don't want to do it, that means I can't lift my shoulder anymore. If I can't lift my shoulder, I can't do my radiotherapy because I have to have both arms above my head. So if I can't do my radiotherapy, I can't get well. So, you move backwards. So what do I have to do? I have to do the physio, and it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be tiresome, but it's something you have to do. So that's one of the recovery things. You have to do your physio. And after radiotherapy is not much fun. You get these burns. It's like sunburn. I mean, again, that's one thing I have to stress. Different people react differently to treatments. So when we share, don't take it as, engraved in stone. It might not happen to you because you react differently, but this is sharing. So it's take a note, take a mental note, but then put it aside. It's just something to be aware of, but don't fear it. Yeah. So for me, how I reacted was the radiographer did say that, okay, you've got 3 weeks of therapy. The second week, you'll be experiencing burns, like sunburn. It'll get hot and, it'll start peeling. But it didn't. So second week, it didn't. Third week, it didn't, for me. So I was going, is this a trick question or what, or what's going to happen now? What's going to happen? And sure enough, after I went to see the doctor, when the doctor was saying, okay, 3 weeks, you didn't get peeling, you're going to get peeling now. And sure enough, I did. But he gave me cream. He gave me cream and stuff. So it's more like, it's like a serious case of sunburn, put it that way, But again, it's just something, it's a package deal. You go through this treatment, it's a choice. You have to go through
It's about managing all the post-surgery symptoms, knowing what to do, being disciplined. Any special diet, any special medication, alternative medication you're taking?
No. Tak ada pantang, no pantang, but it's learning to eat clean. Just making sure that you have your right amount of carbs, right amount of protein, right amount of fiber.
You didn't go vegetarian or anything like that?
No, I didn't go fully vegetarian, but my kids say that Umi just makan benda petik je. Dia tak makan benda masak. He goes like, they go that way because I like my fibers, I like my fruits, but it doesn't mean that I don't eat meat. I consciously choose white meat. I take fish and I take chicken. A lot of that. I rarely take red meat. Not to say that it's not good. It's a choice. It's my choice. But you need to have your protein. It's very important. You have to
you decide on you want to go organic after cancer and all that?
Organic is a bit taxing sometimes to my wallet lah, Rom. So what I do is I make sure that I eat less fried. If I have a choice to steam or bake, I will steam, instead of frying.
Healthy, avoid all those processed food and stuff like that.
Yes, processed. I air fry. I prefer browns to whites. Macam brown bread instead of white bread. Full whole grain. So those things. I mean, a conscious that I minimize my sugar. That one is a very conscious decision to really minimize my sugar.
Leonard has got a question for. Okay, so before I go on with my questions, I actually planned this to be an hour, but we're getting a little bit overrun. So I'm asking permission from all of you to just extend maybe 10 more minutes if you guys are all right. You okay? Okay, cool. And
thank you, Kim. So supportive.
If anyone has to go, by all means, please carry on. The recording of this will be provided on YouTube, and we'll share with you the link, and we'll make it public as well. I'm taking you to be a celebrity, Fa. Okay, Leonard asked a question here. Thank you for sharing your inspiring story. Wow, I'm sure that you had a lot of people around you trying to help, offering different advice or telling you to do different things. How do you filter out what's right for you?
I accept all. I won't stop them because it's their right to share. And it always goes, however you disagree, however I disagree with it, or I don't see their point of view, I always bear in mind that the only reason they're doing this is out of love, out of concern. So they have every right to share, but again, I go with my instinct, my gut feel. I know my body, I know what I can take, I know my level of threshold, whether or not, like when people ask me about what stage am I, okay, or has the doctor informed you what stage and all that. My first doctor, the oncologist, told me what stage I was. My second oncologist has never mentioned what stage I am, and I like that. You see, because I know my threshold. I know that if I were to know, and again, you sort of know what stage you are because, from what you read, from what you understand, you know what stage you are. But I know my threshold. So when people give advice, based on this stage, you should be doing this, or, you should be taking care of this and all that. I know, I trust my instincts, Leonard. I don't stop anyone from giving me advice or input or views because it's their right and they're doing it out of concern for me, out of love for me. But I will go back to gut feel and I will go to the experts, my doctors, for their advice after that. I hope that helps, Leonard. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I remember when I can't remember what year was it, but when we, the BBJS girls, were talking about, hey, Farah punya cancer relapse, and we don't know how to talk to you about it. Like, because some of us we think we have solutions or things to recommend, and then we were talking behind your back and saying like, but Susanna was saying, no, she's not open to all this. She's doing her own thing. So I actually, we kind of like respect your space and your decision, and just watching you from far. I think that was just, it's been so such a blessing lah. That's just a word. One word to use is a blessing, to just watch you go through the journey and learn from
You're
watching.
very kind. You're very kind. You're too kind, Rom.
No, you are.
Thank you.
Lina says, looking back, Fa, how do you feel you have changed?
How have I changed? Okay. I think my family won't agree, but I think I am a little more patient now. I've learned to let go more because stress feeds on, other than sugar, it feeds on stress. Okay. Cancer feeds on stress, people. So lead as stress-free life as possible, so get even with your kids this time, get them to do the chores, boss them around, you need a stress-free environment. So I think I've learned to be less short-tempered. But again, don't go interviewing my kids, okay? Because they'll say these are all lies. She's not like that. She's the same. Okay. I've learned to take care of that one. Yes, I've learned to take care and appreciate my body better. I've realized that it's a gift from God, and I should show my appreciation to Him. If I can take care of gifts from all of you, right? Why can't I take care of what He has given me, right? So I've learned from healthy habits lah. But again, that takes willpower, which I kind of lack. So sometimes there's those cheat days, but I try and consciously do what I can to these healthy habits and all that.
I remember, maybe you want to share, I think one point from yesterday, which you probably, can I cue you to mention this, the 2 gifts from God?
Okay. For me, this is what I realized, Lina, after was God has given me 2 gifts, which I have never asked for. I never asked for this. Usually, we are gifted through our prayers, what we want, what we need. He gives us based on what we ask, right? But like Monopoly, where, when you start your game, you're given 200 and you do whatever you want with that 200. You can go and buy your hotels, buy your property. So that's what God has given me. I start my life. He gives me two things. He gives me my soul. He gives me a casing for it, which is my body. These two things he gives me without my asking. It's a gift. It's a gift from him. So it's my duty to show appreciation for that gift. And I only realized that after cancer. Before cancer, there's the late night sleeping, the binging of watching TV. Which I still do sometimes. Korean drama lives on. Okay, Rome. So there is binging, but it's a conscious thing now. You get more sleep, eat healthily. Thanks to my sister, I finished 3.8 liters of water a day. So she bought me this. Okay, she bought me this. So it is these conscious things, because I'm constantly reminded of these two gifts, because I feel it's so unfair that, when my friends gift me gifts, I take care of it so well, to show my appreciation and love to my friends. So I take care of it. So why am I not doing that same thing to him, who has given me the most precious gift? No, right? So I have to. It's a duty. It's a responsibility. So that's what I realized. That's what changed a bit for me after cancer.
Beautiful. That is such a beautiful pesanan from Farah Rahim. And I think, Anis, that can be the one message that everyone should take away from this talk. Take care of God's gift, the physical, the vessel that He has given you, and the soul. So, Farah, thank you for your sharing through your journey overcoming. I personally don't like to use the word battling or fighting cancer, but I like to say we manage, because you have learned to coexist with your biggest challenge in your life and take it in your fullest stride. Wonderful. And we're so blessed to learn today from your life journey. People, can I ask you now, Ideascape people, this is me talking, Rome. Can you now put into the chat box one key takeaway you hear from all of that, what Farah has shared? Just one, put into the chat box and let us share what's your key takeout.
Rome, I also want to thank you for this opportunity. Yes. Thank you for letting me share. Not much, but at least I get to share. This is another way of. This is another healing process also. So
it is talking about it, is part of healing journey. And we learn a lot of things from school. We learn to pick up skills. We go to training. We pick up knowledge. We pick up a lot of things. But one thing that we don't pick up enough is wisdom. And you can only get that from learning through other people's experiences. Yes. Okay, Hakim, thank you. State of mind is important. Yes, May says, thank you, Puan Farah. You really inspire. Anyone else? What's your main learning from today's sharing? Love yourself by loving your body. Beautiful, beautiful. Leonard says, have the right perspective through faith and the right mindset. Inspire people through your testimony and life. Strong faith, keep us going, says Ha. Zuhaida says, always have faith, 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 faith. What will we do without faith, right? Read Quran. Thank you, Hakim. Positive mind is important. Thank you, Fitri. For Sarah says, be able to laugh even in challenging journey. Yeah, yes, laugh at ourselves, right? Thank you so much for this wonderful sharing, Farah. It just moved me.
Thank you for such kind words. I'm reading all these chat messages, and I can't believe that these are the learning. These are the messages that you actually got from my babbling. Thank you. Thank you. It's a realization for me also. Thank you so much. It's encouragement for me too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rome. Thank you. Have a blessed Friday, everyone. Thank you so much.
Yes. And with that, let's go and take on the world.